Why, hello, friends. Why, hello. God, the Elden Ring music is always so hype. Every time I do an Elden Ring stream, it's just like da 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 da. It's the least ASMR music, but that's okay. That's all right. Hello, hi. How is everyone? Happy Sunday, friends. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the dads and the godfathers and the, I'm just trying to think, I don't know, the dadly folks, the partners out there, the husbands, the grandfathers, all the dadly people. Happy your day. I hope that you got to spend some time with the childly people in your lives. And I hope it was a good one. I hope you got maybe some tasty food, or just some quality time with the people you love. Bruce says, yeah, when that Elden Ring music hits, it's like, wipe them out. Yes. Well, I try to keep it a little quiet for these streams, but it's still back there in the background, thundering away, But that's okay. That's okay. I think what we'll do is, before we get too far into the stream, we will load the game and chill with some ambient Elden Ring vibes rather than the very bombastic menu music. Speaking of which, by the way, just so everybody knows what's going on, especially our VOD viewers, people watching this after the stream has been live, this stream tends to take its time. And by this stream, I mean I tend to take my time. We hang out here, we chat. The first hour or two of the stream tends to be just chilling, chatting, me, engaging with the live chat here. And today we're actually going to have a keyboard unboxing as well, which is pretty fun. Our friends at banggood.com sent over this right here. Is it an intriguing box? This is the AJazz AKP815, which is a low-profile keyboard, but it's a mechanical keyboard, and it has a screen built into it. Not a small screen either, like a pretty big one. So I don't quite know what to expect out of this thing, but it should be interesting. I hope that it sounds nice and that it ultimately is a budget win, because this thing comes in at under $100. So I don't know. I guess it's a lot of stuff for under $100. We'll just have to see. Anyway, so we'll be doing that here today before we actually dive into the game as well. So it's going to be a while before we get to the game. You can always jump ahead if you don't want to hang out for all the chatting. By the way, huge shout out. A couple of you went, after last stream, a couple of you went to some of my previous VODs. You timestamped stuff for me. You timestamped when the gameplay started, and a couple other things. So when the beer pour was. So Yuda MVP, I can't remember who it was. I'm trying to remember who it was now, but off the top of my head, I can't recall. But thank you. It was a couple of people actually, I think. Huge shout out. That is immense. I really appreciate it, and that is a service to the VOD viewers as well, who go to watch these streams after they've been live. So big ups. Thank you for your help. You guys are great. But we've also got live folks here. We've got our Twitch chat. Certified first tonight goes to Bruce. Congratulations, Bruce. You were in here at 8:46. That's like an hour before I even started the stream. That's pretty badass. Congratulations on a well-deserved first. Also, happy Father's Day, Bruce. Happy Father's Day. Pearl is coming in, certified second. Pearl says, Not making cookies tonight, making brownies for the family instead. Amazing. Pearls, you're making me want brownies real bad. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Bronze Hamster, yo, what is up? It has been a little while. How are you doing? Shout out to Bronze Hamster. Thank you so much for that cheer. I really appreciate that. Bronze Hamster, how's life been? It has been a while indeed. And certified third over in the Twitch chat tonight is Nevy. Congratulations, Nevy. Rocking our brand new Dagoth Rave. Crap, you know what I forgot to do, you guys? I forgot to add the new emotes to the YouTube. I knew I forgot something. Dang it. I was too busy doing Father's Day things today. For my father, my dad. Sage, welcome on in. Thank you for 31 months. Holy smokies. What, Sage? Sage says, Nick, guess what? I don't know. That's a lot of excitement. There's got to be something exciting. Thanks for coming back for another month, Sage. And I'm happy and excited for whatever you're excited about. Is it perhaps your birthday? Is that what you're... I'm trying to think, like, wait. When is Sage's birthday? I feel like it might be earlier in the year, but maybe I'm losing my mind. I feel like it's in, like, February or something. It was somebody's birthday today, though, wasn't it? Naga. It's Naga's birthday. Or, like, in a couple days. Naga turns 21, like, tomorrow. I believe. I'm pretty sure. What does Sage say, though? Oh, you're moving to a new state next month. That is very exciting. I mean, moving kind of sucks, but it's kind of also exciting. I hope it is a smooth and pleasant move, and I hope you love your new home. That is very hype. Over in the YouTube chat, I'm sorry, YouTube. Oh man, this is so unfair that I forgot to give you guys the new emotes. I feel like a big old jerk. Dillpick, hello, happy Sunday. Dillpick is certified first tonight. Congratulations. Certified second goes to Paul. Hola, Paul. And certified third goes to Sparrow86. Congratulations, you three, on your podium finish tonight in the YouTube chat. Commander K, welcome. Slappy Burrito. Yeah, we're gonna have some Elden Ring tonight. It's gonna be a little bit though. We're gonna have a keyboard unboxing first, so hold your horses. And hopefully, if you can't stick around for the Elden Ring later on, it'll be in the VOD, so you can always jump ahead and watch me suffer. Relaxing suffering. I continue to be trash at this game. I actually, once again, haven't played it since the last time we streamed it, which was like, I don't know, 3 months ago. There's literally no way at this point that I'm going to be ready in time for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Although, do we know yet? Do we know if Shadow of the Erdtree is going to be one of the ones where you have to have finished the game? Or is it something you can jump into partway through? I don't know if that's been confirmed. Oh, also over on the YouTube chat is Bruce. Bruce says, I'm now omnipresent. You are everywhere at once. Everywhere all at once, at all times. It's Bruce's world, we're just living in it. Smitty, also shout out to Smitty over on the YouTube chat. Both Smitty and Bruce, amazing members of this channel community, supporting it through YouTube memberships over on YouTube. And they don't have access to the new emotes, which is why I feel like a big jerk. But you could come on over to the Twitch chat and you have them there. It's as if that's any consolation. I promise for the next stream, I will make sure those emotes are uploaded for our YouTube members. It's very negligent of me. Very negligent of me. Oh wait, Naga, it's not your birthday yet. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was this weekend. July 1st. Okay, soon. When is that? Okay, that's 2 weeks from now. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm sorry, Naga. I got overexcited. Okay, Twitch chat. Ravenco5566, you are here for what looks to be your first time ever in the Twitch chat. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Thank you for joining us tonight. Ravenco? Ravenco, that's probably correct. It's probably not Ravenco. Ravenco, welcome on in. Tokyo Electric chilling with us. Tokyo has been chilling with us for, I don't know, like 1,000 years. Tokyo, do you know when you, well, let me see how long you've been here for. Following since August 31st, 2018, y'all. 2018. What the frick? Oh my god, you're gonna be having followed for 6 years pretty soon, Tokyo. Tokyo's OG. As OG as they get, pretty much. It's good to see you, Tokyo. How you doing? Chronic, let's freaking go. How you doing tonight? Welcome, Chronic. Bronze Hamster, once again, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Gracie B ASMR. Gracie, I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology because I've been sitting on your channel points for like, I don't know, a year. Probably not that long, half a year now. Gracie requested a channel points reward or command. It spent the whatever it is, 10,000 points to make 20,000. I don't know, it's a lot of points. And we talked about it a bit ages ago, and Gracie requested a channel points reward where I dance, where you guys can make me dance. And I kind of just, I haven't implemented, well, for a couple of reasons. One, we're out of reward slots. So if I'm going to add new channel points rewards, I have to delete old ones. So that poses a challenge. But the other challenge is I really suck at dancing. Like, so much. Like, I don't think you understand how bad I am at dancing. So, like, I don't know. If I tried to get like my Fortnite dances going on here or something for a channel points reward, I think you guys would you'd just be embarrassed on my behalf. Like, you would feel bad for me, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely opposed to still doing something with that, like that idea of a reward request. It was a great idea, Gracie. It was such a good idea. I'm just really self-conscious about my dancing. That's all. So I was trying to psych myself up and convince myself I should do it, and then I honestly kind of forgot about the request for a while. But I remembered the other day, and I was like, oh man, I should probably talk to Gracie about that. We should come up with something. G-Man Nate, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. But I guess all that is to say, Gracie, thank you for being so patient all this time. Trusting that I would eventually do something with your channel points. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, also, Gracie, thank you for being here and keeping an eye on the chat. Gracie's one of our amazing moderators around these parts. Rizu, welcome. Great to see you. Pearls, cheers to you. I've got some fun beer tonight that I think is going to be good. Looking forward to it. Naga with just so many quivering emotes. It's beautiful. Knife Strike, no, you certainly have not missed the keyboard. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. But it's still over here. Redundant Rebel, what's up? Welcome. Redundant Rebel says, hey Nick, it's so good to see you. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing well, I should say. Thank you. I spent some time with my family today. My parents, my dad. We helped him out in his garden, my brother and I. This is the Father's Day tradition. We go and we do manual labor for our dad. It's good. It's good. How about you, Redundant Rebel? Bearded Kaji requested a keyboard swap. Well, yeah, we will be swapping a keyboard for sure. But first of all, I'll swap out for a little bit and make some sounds with one of these other keys I've got here. My current keyboard that I have sitting on my desk is this one, which we also unboxed here on the stream, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. it's really nice. This is the AL75 from Yunzi. And it's delightful. I've really been enjoying it. I do not expect the keyboard we're unboxing today to sound quite as nice as this. This is really nice. But this also doesn't have a screen built into it, so you gotta make concessions somewhere. Instead, though, for the keyboard swap, let's switch it up to this guy right here. This is the low free flow. And it's a low profile keyboard like the one we're going to be unboxing tonight, and it sounds delightful for a low profile keyboard. Just delightful. So we'll put that on the desk for now. Yeah, the packaging does look pretty neat, doesn't it, Bluester, for this new one? We'll see. Sage says, I'm going to be 3 hours ahead of you, so I might not be in stream chat anymore. Oh, no. That's always sad. It's nice when people move to time zones that are better for the stream. It's sadder when people move to time zones that are worse for this stream. But I understand. Y'all gotta live your lives. But Sage, I do hope we still get to see you around from time to time. Claribus with the beard combing request. Yeah, you betcha. This beard could always use some combing. Sergeant Bones, welcome to the chat. Pardon me. Sergeant Bones says, also playing Elden Ring at the moment, doing a randomizer mod. I did not know that was even a thing. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me. That sounds challenging. I'm still on my first playthrough. I've got a lot to go still. I've been playing it very slowly. Naga says, I have no idea how I've come around to 21 so fast. I've heard it only gets faster. I'd say that's accurate, yeah. I'd say that's true. But, you know, you work on things like mindfulness and learning how to appreciate the moments you do have, the time we've got. It's true, though. It's crazy. You know, like, I'm getting towards middle age. Some might even say I am middle age, but I'm certainly getting towards middle age. Not that far away now. And it's pretty wild to think that. In my mind, I'm like, oh yes, I'm still young. I am still a young man. I still feel like a young man. I don't know. It's all kind of relative, though, isn't it? Yo, what's up, really? It's Jimmy. Excited for some Elden Ring. You don't have any systems that can be played on, so excited to see what's up. Oh, nice. Well, I will just give you a heads up one more time. I mentioned this earlier, but we're going to be doing a keyboard unboxing first. Then we'll eventually get the Elden Ring. But you know what? Why don't I just fire up Elden Ring here? By fire up, I mean enter my game so we can enjoy maybe some slightly prettier surroundings and maybe slightly less intense music. Oh yes, a corpse tree. That's pretty. But it is slightly less intense, you know. It's kind of nice, right? There are definitely corpses hanging from those trees, though. Right, I completely forgot that we were here. We're like under this big plateau on the far side of Liurnia of the Lakes. And I have no idea what's in here. Right, the Albinoryx. Oh yeah, the gooey guys. They just kept gooing all over the place. Just white stuff everywhere. That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. Anyway, I don't know. This is like a little prettier than the main menu, at least. So there's that, you know, there's that. I guess I should plug in this keyboard here so I can actually use it. Oops. And where's the plug? There we go. Sounds like Sarah dropped something. I don't know what that was. Tokyo says, I didn't even realize I've left every second. You didn't realize you've been here for almost 6 years? I know. Where does time go? Where does time go? I did remember Gracie. I remembered, and now I have to decide if I'm going to dance. Tokyo says, I've been watching your YouTube vids even before following on Twitch. Well, I appreciate you being here all these years. I'm glad you still enjoy what we do here. What we got going on. Kuro is very hype for the Elden Ring, and I'm not surprised, Kuro. I'm glad you could be here for an Elden Ring stream. 4 days to the DLC. Yeah, I'm not going to be anywhere close to ready for the DLC, but it's still, it put me in the mood for some Elden Ring. The fact that it's coming. Kuro says, apologies, I haven't been here in a couple of streams. No worries. Either work kept getting in the way or my sleep schedule wasn't aligned. So the usual. I completely understand. Not to worry. No frets, Kuro. No frets at all. Glad you can make it tonight, though. And I'm glad that you were doing well, Redundant Rebel. Wems says, to play the DLC, you need to have defeated Mog. Mog, is that right? Mog. I have not, so yeah. Robert says, I'm falling asleep, struggling. Well, that's kind of the point, honestly, being here. So that's alright. Capikas asks, can you see that on YouTube the time that someone follows you? Not easily. Not by clicking on your name, Capikas. Sorry. On Twitch, it shows it when I click on people's names. There probably is a way on YouTube if I search you somewhere in my dashboard, but I'm not sure. Wish I could tell you though. Hi Jack, great to see you, my friend. Hi Jack says, so great to catch a stream, and also wanted to say I was thoroughly impressed by Ubisoft's presentation of Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, I watched some of that, not the entire thing, but it does look really good. I'm still extremely hyped for Outlaws. I'm a little concerned that the actual things you can do might feel a bit shallow once you've done them a few times, which is a typical Ubisoft game kind of problem, but I'm hoping that there's enough there and that it's diverse enough that it keeps feeling rich and interesting. I'm still very much in for that game though. Benja, we'll go with that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you with us. Slappy Burritos. Yes, I remember the splooge down the street. Why you gotta call it that? Why you gotta call it that? I'm not comfortable with calling it that. But yes, I get what you're saying. Smitty says, been rocking your Skyrim wander vid from a few years back where you go to Bruma with the mod. I remember that one. I love that one a lot. It was neat because I did that thing where in one of the episodes I go into the church or the cathedral in Bruma, and then I like changed the effect on my voice to have like an echo so it sounded like we were in that space. Then we read a book. Yeah, that Bruma mod's really cool. I'd love to see more Beyond Skyrim mods, you know, coming to full realization. But Beyond Skyrim Bruma was pretty neat. Pretty neat. Bluester says, I think I've been subbed to your YouTube channel for 7 years now. These numbers are getting crazy. I found by a Skyrim art book video. I remember the one. But this is the first time on the live stream. Well, Bluester, after all those years, I'm glad you could join us here live. And again, I just want to remind folks, especially if it's your first time here, I apologize if it takes me a little while to get to your message. I take my time with the chat. I try to read everything that everyone says, but sometimes it just takes me a while to get to it. So, I implore your patience. Thank you. but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll get caught up. Such as G-Man Nate, who says, hello, Nick. First time ever being on a Twitch stream of yours. Welcome, G-Man Nate. Been a long-time viewer on YouTube, and I have to say thank you so much for what you do. I have to say the Manor Lords videos are amazing. Thank you. I almost did another one this weekend, but then I decided to try out Tiny Glade instead, which is also very cute. Or very charming, I guess. I wouldn't call Manor Lords cute. But I do want to get back to Manor Lords. Maybe next weekend. Or maybe in a midweek surprise video. I don't want to commit to that. That's probably not likely, but it's possible. It's always possible. Yo, what's up, Big Doinks? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you here. Tokyo says, after watching your video, I think the two games I'm most looking forward to, this would be from the Xbox game showcase from last weekend. Yeah. Would be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Yes, definitely has my attention. And South of Midnight. Agreed. Those were definitely two of the strongest showings there. They both look so fresh, right? So, yes, I'm totally with you on those. Nikoma, welcome on in. Great to see you. I'm going to do a blood sugar check just for you. Well, for me, but because you asked. So it was swooping down kind of low. You can see it was bumping along kind of low there. But I had some sugary junk just before streaming, and now it's on its way up. 5.4 and climbing. Hopefully it doesn't climb too much. But thank you for that check. It's important that I keep an eye on it. Thank you for looking out for your stream. I can definitely turn up the game volume a little here now that it's not nearly so bombastic. Stonershan, welcome. Knife Strike is which? The newer old keyboard? This one's a new keyboard I have yet to unbox. The one that I just swapped out from. This one is one that I got a couple months back. We unboxed it, I want to say about a month and a half ago. But we still have one coming to unbox tonight. And this is in fact the critically acclaimed game Elden Ring. Correct, Nakoma. Spartor, hello and welcome. Dick Spring says, hey, yeah, you probably haven't had a chance to play Baldur's Gate 3 lately. No, not lately. It's another one we can get back to on the stream at some point. But not recently. Nakoma says, oh yeah, I was 23 like a week ago. Rots in the age of 35. 35 is okay. Well, I mean, everyone's experience is different, but I try to keep a youthful outlook. In another 10 years or 20 years, I'm going to look back at myself at 35 and be like, I was so young and full of vitality. Sergeant Bones says, take your time. It's a wonderful game. Speaking about Elden Ring. The randomizer is fun because you can get the best weapon off of a baby enemy while also able to get the hardest boss in the game's first boss fight. I mean, it sounds like the kind of thing you do once you have definitely mastered the base game, the actual vanilla game. Bruce says, yeah, there comes a point where you become painfully aware of your own frail mortality. Joke's on you. I felt that way since I was a wee lad. But, no. Yeah, it's one of those things where everybody has a different journey. You know, how they understand and grapple with their own mortality. I think it's a different thing for everyone. Some people, it's a lifelong journey. I mean, literally, but you know. But, like I said, I always try and remind myself that this is maybe a slightly negative way to look at it, but yeah, I try and remind myself that, like, in the future, I'm going to be envious of the vitality that I have now, So I'm gonna heckin' enjoy what I've got now instead of being like, I'm so old. What I'm saying is I just never acknowledge that I'm getting old, and then I'm young forever. That's the solution. Digigale, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Excuse me, they did what, Sis Naga? They gooed all over the place. All kind of white goo everywhere. Yo, what's up, Ragnar the Red Gyarados? Hello. Greetings, fellow Nord. Rango, the backseat urge is strong, but I shall refrain. I mean, we do kind of play this collaboratively here on the stream, and that, like, I suck at this game, and so if there's, like, things that you, like, maybe don't spoil stuff, but if there's things that I could be doing that would be helping me, feel free to learn me some strats. That's totally cool. Bronze Hamster says it's been so long since I was last year. I don't know how long the martial arts forums reward has been gone for, but I miss it. It's been gone for a while. I originally got rid of it because I screwed up my shoulder. And I couldn't do them for a time. My shoulder's fine now. I could bring it back. Maybe I should. It's also just one of those things that it does break up the flow of the stream a fair bit. So, you know, I might, if I bring it back, I might have to reconsider. I can't remember how much it costs right now. It's kind of expensive, isn't it? I should probably just bring it back. It's just one of those things where I'm often running behind in the stream chat as it is. And then if I take a break to do some martial arts demo, that puts me way behind in the stream chat. But I'm already behind, so maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. You guys tell me. Whitebeard, what is up? Good to see you. Welcome on in, Whitebeard. Glad you could join us. Kuro says, important to note, you need to defeat Mog to access the DLC entrance. Yes, but you also need to have killed Radahn to access it. Well, I have killed neither, so, you know. So there's that. Designed by Dylan. Hello and good evening to you. Welcome, welcome. Let me just check the channel points here. I got the Clarbus, got the blood sugar check. Hydrate from Nevy. Thank you, Nevy. I appreciate that. Tonight I'm hydrating with my Schweppes Zero. I'm cheating on my True Love Canada Dry tonight. Thank you for the hydration. It's much appreciated. Hey, what's up, Thorak? Thorak329 in the house. Welcome on in. Sunday stream, you betcha. You betcha. Navy says, are you ready to speedrun to Mog? Is it Mog? I don't know. And get into the DLC? Absolutely not. Entirely 0%. Not even in the slightest. I'll continue to stumble my way through, and maybe in another couple of years I'll get the DLC. At the rate I'm going, that seems accurate. Designed by Dylan says 3 days for Shadow of the Earth Tree. Yeah, at one point I had told myself maybe I would try and get to the point where I could play the DLC for release, but clearly I am not there. Clearly, that was awfully optimistic. I knew it was, but you know, we tell ourselves lies sometimes. Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 is also an extremely big game to spring. Correct you are. And thank you. Kivspala, hello. Finally have time to write something. Today is the first official day of your summer vacation. Happy summer vacation, Kivspala. That must feel good. How much time you got off? Chilling here at our cottage, waiting for my new boat to arrive. What better way to sip coffee and relax at 8:30 a.m. than with a stream of yours? Man, that sounds really nice. I'm glad you are living the life. That sounds delightful. Obviously, this stream is the best part, but the rest of it sounds pretty good too. Keep Spotlight, it's great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chilling with us this morning. Yeah, I don't have any real plans for the summer, but I was hoping to maybe get out camping at least once. Should probably plan that though if I do intend to, if I'm gonna take any time off. Bruce says, I mean, I'm 49, but I don't feel any different than I did when I was 30. Yeah, I expect that's about how it goes. I'm 36, and I feel about the same as I did at 26, let's say. You know, like 27, 28. I feel like at that point I was more or less where I'm at now, mentally, anyway. Tokyo says, Nick, have you ever considered playing Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth for a video? I can't say I have, Tokyo. I can't say I have. But you know, I do have a great love of games from that time period. Every once in a while, can you even get Battle for Middle-earth on any digital storefront? Because every once in a while, I see a physical copy at the thrift store. Sometimes Battle for Middle-earth 2 as well. It's been a few times. And I thought about picking them up, but then I'm like, well, I don't know, physical media, I don't know. Well, I like having box sold games. Maybe I should just get them the next time I see them. But yeah, can you even buy those digitally? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Drake was part of the problem the last time we were here in Elden Ring. I'm pretty sure he was part of the chat was it was pretty bad. It was pretty deranged. It devolved into something terrible. A booty, of course. Of course I remember you. Welcome back. How have you been? We've got a few veterans finally coming back after a long time away. A booty, how have you been keeping? And a welcome. Welcome. Navy says we put you behind on purpose because we like to hear you talk. Naga agrees. Yeah. And I like, as I've said many a time, this is my favorite part of the streams. Hanging out with y'all, chatting. I mean, I like the gaming too. It's fun. But really, it's no surprise. The gaming is kind of incidental around these parts. I think it's a shared thing that many of us enjoy. And so it's a great reason to come together. And I enjoy getting a chance to play these games, hanging out with you. But I could just as easily play these games on my own if I wanted. It's the hanging out with all y'all part that makes it fun. And I do enjoy catching up with you each stream. But he says, damn, you're a pro Elden Ring player now. Last I left, you were just starting. Well, that was probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago. Wait, when did Elden Ring come out? Is Elden Ring 2 years? No, Elden Ring is a year. What year did Elden Ring come out, y'all? How old is Elden Ring? It is. It's over 2 years old now. Crap. Oh my god. I was like, wait, was it a 2022 or was it a 2023 release? I could not remember. This is what happens when you get old. The years start to blend together. Yeah, I'm definitely not a pro Elden Ring player, Abudi. I've played a bit, but I'm still garbage. Still garbage. Kuro says, I don't even remember what Moog's recommended level is. I know he's the toughest optional area outside of the Halig Tree. Ah, yes, the Halig Tree. Mr. Sky, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Grizzly, yes, 2022. Thank you for throwing that in the chat there. Yeah. Man. Man, oh Kuro says level 95 plus is recommended for Moog, but a quick glance and an interview on the subject, the DLC appears to recommend level 120 plus. I don't think I'm anywhere close to that. I'm actually not sure what level I am right now. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Where do I go? Stats. 59. I'm half of the way there, but I'm assuming it, gets exponentially harder to level as you go along. It's my guess, anyway. Tokyo 30s gang represents. We have quite a few folks here in the 30 plus gang, which I appreciate. It's nice to have some peers around. We love our younger viewers too. But every year that passes, I feel, I don't know, it's inevitable. As time goes on, you just start to be like, I can't relate to the youth anymore. It's not that I don't want to relate to the youth anymore. It's just that I'm not immersed in that, like, what young people are doing. And so you just inevitably just start to lose touch with what the kids are up to. And then you just get the dad vibes. You just get those dad vibes. It just happens. It's inescapable, I think. Abudi, congratulations on your graduation last week. That is huge. Wow, what a fantastic achievement after 2 failed years as well. Congratulations on sticking with it all this time and accomplishing your goal. That is huge. It is not easy to pick yourself up, dust yourself off after failure. But I have so much respect for those who do. So congrats, everybody. BP Wood says Battle for Middle-earth and Battle for Middle-earth 2 were absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Yeah, I never played. I'm trying to remember if I played either of them. I remember seeing a lot of coverage of them in PC Gamer magazine. And I remember really wanting to play them. And I think it was 1. I think I played Battle for Middle-earth 1 over at my buddy Andrew's place. I'm pretty sure he had it. But I never had either of those games. Which is weird, because like I said, they were right up my alley. I loved Lord of the Rings. I loved RTSs at the time. But for whatever reason, I just never got them. Probably, I don't know, money. Probably couldn't afford them. Or something. Tokyo says, I bought both of them back in the day, but I found a way to get them for free on Reddit, and it works flawlessly. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm sure there are ways to get them if you want to play them these days. It's kind of crazy, though, because I think I looked it up a while back, and at the time they were not available on any digital storefront, which is, like, why? I don't know. You'd think they'd be on GOG or something. But yes, I'm sure there are ways to acquire them if you want. Navy says even at level 120, the DLC is still probably going to beat you down. Everything in this game beats me down, so that's not a deterrent. But yeah. Rango says, as long as you're improving and learning, don't call yourself bad, Nick. Aw, thank you, Rango. That's very wholesome of you. Some people have been playing these games for years. Move at your own pace and don't call yourself bad. Well, I think for my experience level, I think I play fine. The problem is that I go, like, lately, I've only been playing this when I stream it with you guys, and that's so far and few and far between that I just forget how to do everything in between, and then it's like relearning each time. I'm like, oh right, I definitely learned that lesson before, and now I'm remembering it. It's a slow process, is what I'm saying. But appreciate you guys being patient. Every time I relearn how to play when I stream it again. Sergeant Bones says, I'm 21 and playing games same as you. Don't think you're out of touch at all. Hey, well, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, truth be told, I think there's just a feeling as you get old that you're like, I must be falling out of touch, or I must be, I don't know. There's just, it doesn't really matter. It's what it comes down to. It doesn't really matter. To be who you are, do what you like, you know. And if you're not up on what the kids are listening to or playing, or the slang, so be it. I guess it's kind of whatever. It's inevitable that we all, I think in some way we all get stuck in a rut at a certain point in our lives, where our mind sort of lives, if that makes sense, right? Like a certain era. I don't know, I've noticed that like a lot of the older folks that I know, you know, people that are what we would call probably boomers, I guess, or a little bit younger than that. A lot of them, it looks like they picked a style, like a hairstyle or clothing style, in about the 1980s. They haven't really changed it since, because they don't really see the need to. Like, they picked what they like, they're comfortable with it, so they just kind of keep doing it. That's not everyone, obviously. There's lots of people that try to, you know, stay with the fashion styles and whatever, but I think for a lot of people, there's just kind of a point in time where you're like, okay, this is me, this is how I am, so this is the kind of clothes I wear, you know, and then that just is kind of what you do for a long time. I get that impression. Bluester says, I think by now I don't even know what young people like anymore. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Bruce says, my 9-year-old said to me the other day, Dad, you're a sweat at your job. He said that means dope, or good at. You're a sweat. Okay, well that's new to me. That's definitely new to me. I have not heard that one before. Thank you all for keeping me young. Bruce, through the lens of your 9-year-old son. Thank you for helping me stay hip and with it. Yes. If I just say skibbity toilet, does that immediately identify me as cool and hip and part of the, I don't know, Zoomers into skibbity toilet, or is it a Gen Alpha thing? I don't even know. I feel like it's a Gen Alpha thing. Recon Rally over on YouTube says, my New Game Plus 3 build is at rune level 225, and it takes 450,000 runes for the next level. That sounds like a lot of runes. That sounds like a lot, but presumably enemies drop more runes, right, at higher levels, so maybe it's not so bad. I don't know. Abudi said, I'm pretty sure someone has done an ASMR cover of Skibbity Toilet. If not, then we should make Nick do it. I'm sure someone has done it. I'm sure. I guarantee you someone has. For the DLC, you can break the game by basically going to Moog's area. There's a very broken farming spot. I don't know if I really want to do that, though, because I do kind of want to just experience the game, you know? I mean, I guess if I really just wanted to grind so I could play the DLC, but I feel like that would be missing the point. Oh, thank God it's pizza time has redeemed beer lore. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, thank God it's pizza time. Actually, oh, thank God it's beer time. Let me go get the beer out of the fridge, and the website for tonight's beer, exclamation mark beer, actually has a pretty neat little story about the history of this style. So I'll read that to you, but let me go get the can. One moment, friends. And then I'll tell you what, after that, we'll crack open the beer. Then we'll open this keyboard. How about that? And then we'll play some Elden Ring. I'm still just taunting you with standing here in Elden Ring. Alright, I'll be right back. yeah, that's quite a bit of fire. That's very good. That's very good. Naga, I think you might be, or Zutari. Wait, did anybody actually use the burning tater emote last time for the fire? I guess so, probably. I was gonna say you might be the first person to use the burning potato for its intended purpose, but all right, tonight's beer, you guys. Tonight's beer is Main Street Brewing's Brimstone Czech Dark Lager. I thought that it sort of had the right vibe for an Elden Ring stream. You know, it's got a dragon, it's got a spooky castle. That's pretty fun. So a Czech Dark Lager. That sounded interesting to me. It's a beautiful can. It's lovely, lovely art there. And it says here 4%. So it's actually pretty light as these things go. And it's got a bit of a story on it here, so I'm gonna read that for that beer lore request. Actually, quite a few people burn stuff. Eyelash is out there lighting stuff on fire. Good to see you, Eyelash. Bruce, you are Zutari out there, Naga out there, Handsome Dashing Princess out there, also lighting the chat. A flame, a flame. Over in the YouTube though, nobody, nothing. It's quiet, just chill. Dawn's Eternal Light, happy 1 year subiversary, and yes, you are here just in time for the beer pour. Spectacular, spectacular. Happy 1 year, Dawn's Eternal Light. And your 1 year subiversary reward is getting to enjoy the beer pour with us. Also, I shouldn't say that there's nothing happening in the YouTube chat. I just meant to say it's not on fire. But what I do see is that Cozy Times ASMR has dropped in. Cozy Times ASMR, how are you doing? Cozy Times says, hey Nick, just at work and listening to this stream with my earbuds in. Bring on the beer pour. Oh good. Glad you've arrived in time for it as well. Yeah, Naga, I think you probably did use the flaming potato last time. Okay, let me do just switch to a little IRL here. So, yeah, we've got this fun artwork. And let's read a little bit about this beer. So it says here, this, okay, I'm going to mispronounce this, but this Tmave Pivo inspired beer takes wing from the darkest depths to tip the seasonal scales towards the time of darker, more complex brews. Which is interesting, because usually the springtime is lighter and fruitier. Or the summertime, I should say. But anyway. Maltier than a Schwarzbier, drier and roastier than a Munich Dunkel, and a cousin in spirit to English porters. Brimstone was forged with Czech lager yeast, Moravian malt, and Polish-grown hop varietal Lubelski. Lubelski hops. The result is a beer brimming with mellow roast coffee and red fruit sweetness, rich off-white lacing, and sarsaparilla and spice notes that add balance to its complex character. Wow, there's a lot going on there. That actually sounds like it would be pretty good. And it's interesting that it's a lower alcohol content than what we typically get out of craft brews around here. But at the same time, it sounds like it's got a lot of complexity going on. So I'm looking forward to it. Once again, pretty neat can. So let's see if I can taste all those things. Probably not. Main Street Brewing is based out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver, BC. Yeah, it is fun artwork, isn't it, Cozy Times? The big dragon. Spooky. You can't go wrong with the Dragon and Castle on a beer can. Exactly. You see that, you know it's gonna be good. Rango asks, what does a dry beer mean? It means it has a more bitter finish usually, or at least not sweet, kind of heavy finish. Dry beers tend to be a little more bitter and lighter. Yeah, like, oh, thank God it's pizza time, says less sweet. Yeah, it does sound pretty yummy. Let's try it out here. I'm gonna turn down the volume while I crack it open. And allow me to adjust my microphones. All right, let's pour this one out. Here we go. You know, there's one time where I thought I had unmuted before I started the pour, but I had missed the click, and so I cracked it open and I poured it all while muted. And everyone's like, no, Nick, no. It was disastrous. I think I realized partway through, so I did unmute it, but it was still truly tragic. This one's got a nice frothiness to it. This does make me think of like a more a fall beer, you know? I feel like this would be a good autumn beer. But as it is, we're drinking it as a pre-summer beer. You can see it pours actually very, it's like all this fizziness is collected on the glass, which makes it kind of hard to see the actual color of the beer. But it's nice, rich brown, and the foam is, as they say, it's this off-white, very fluffy, foamy. Yes, very carbonated indeed. Yeah, it has a pleasant sort of light roastiness. Not super, super dark, but Cozy Times asks, do you prefer drier, bitter beers? I enjoy all kinds of beers, honestly. I like myself a nice hoppy beer. I like myself a nice light, dry lager. I enjoy fruity, sour beers. They can be quite sweet. I enjoy a nice, rich porter or stout, like a chocolate stout or something like that, which can also be quite sweet. So I like the whole range. I also like ESBs, which tend to be very bitter. So let me adjust back these mics for you. Bluester, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, on the camera, it does look a bit like a stout. In person, it's not quite so dark, and I can tell it's definitely fizzier. It's not as thick and heavy as a stout. So, which makes sense. It's more of a lager style with dark roasted malts rather than something like with very high specific gravity like a stout. So, but we'll see what it tastes like. Cheers, friends. Cheers to being persistent, like a booty finishing up school there, or like me, constantly coming back, or not constantly, but coming back to Elden Ring over many years and relearning how to play Elden Ring every time. Sometimes persistence is what you need. Cheers, friends. That's really nice because it has some of that darkness, that roastiness, a bit of that light coffee flavor they call out, but it's light on the tongue. It's quite crisp and refreshing. And yes, indeed, a fairly dry finish. Not hoppy, but sort of those bitter toasted malts. Very carbonated Zarb7. Very much so. Nakoma. Yeah. Right back at you. Tokyo says, I like me consistently single. Hey, I mean, if that's where you want to be, the consistency is good too. Perseverance, that's what it's about in achieving whatever it is you're looking for. Yeah, that's nice. Despite being dark and intimidating looking, it's actually pretty refreshing. It's got a nice light bubbliness on the tongue, but you get that toasty, roasty, dark malt flavor, which is kind of nice. The first time I ever had a dark lager or a black lager, what the heck's going on? I heard something in the game. It sounded spooky. Was weirdly enough, it was on Maui a number of years ago. But yeah, it's become a more popular style in the last while, I think. All right. Grilled Cheesy, how you doing? Welcome on in. Tokyo says I'm drinking some La Cumbre Elevated IPA. I would love to be able to take you up on that, Tokyo. Pardon me. The carbonation. I'd love to be able to take you up on that. I'd love to be able to take up any of y'all who would like to send beer. Unfortunately, it's a tough thing to do. It's technically illegal to send beer across state or province or international borders, and so actually receiving it is the trick. And I do not know of a good way to do it. Now, granted, I haven't looked into it for a while, so maybe I ought to. Maybe there's a better solution these days. But I know I looked into this some years back, and it seems like it's just luck of the draw, whether your package gets through or not. But this applies to all alcohols, I believe. Sadly. Because otherwise I would happily check out the beers that some of you folks recommend from your localities. I don't think I've ever had a New Mexico beer. Do not think I have. Alright, friends, where are we at here? I think we are at the point of the stream where we're going to check out a keyboard. It's that time. We have a fun looking board here today, so let me just clear some space. I'm going to have to angle the camera, and it's going to be a little awkward, but we'll make it work. Tonight's keyboard was sent to us courtesy of the folks at banggood.com. Banggood.com, where you get good bang for your buck. I assume that's what they're going for with that name. That's always been my guess or my assumption. Where you get good bang for your buck. It is a Chinese marketplace, and they have all kinds of stuff, but mechanical keyboards are one of their big sales areas, and they have actually sponsored and supported the channel for a very long time. Some of the very first keyboards I ever reviewed on the YouTube channel were supplied by banggood.com. And tonight's is no different. This keyboard here is the AJazz AKP815. Just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? And I'm gonna go get some big Nick energy going on for this Banggood feature, so that y'all can see what's going on a little better. But it's got kind of a fun box here, doesn't it? It's got kind of a fun box. Thank you, Nicoma. Thank you. On the back, AJazz. Now, AJazz is another one of those companies that I've checked out their products before. They are a Chinese manufacturer of mechanical keyboards. And again, some of the first reviews I did, one of them at least, was for an AJazz board. I've checked out their stuff many times over the years. They've gone from being like a really rock bottom budget kind of company to like having quite a lot of good value and diverse offerings in the mechanical keyboard space. But they do still target that budget segment. So this thing here, its big hook is that it has a screen on it. So it's got like a normal keyboard here, and then a big honking screen over here, as you'll see. What can we do with that screen? I honestly am not sure. I think it can serve as a numpad, but it can also do other things. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, this thing comes in at under $100. I think it's on sale right now for about $85. I'm pretty sure. Exclamation mark Keeb, K-E-E-B, or I made it even easier for you. Exclamation mark K-B in the chat. We'll get you the link to this thing if you do want to check it out on banggood.com. Cozy Time says, I want to color in that artwork. Yes, it does. It feels like you need to take some markers and color it, doesn't it? Looks like a page from a coloring book. I don't know what is going on here. This looks like I don't know. There's like a what is this? On a rocket? Some kind of cat person with headphones. This looks like a Chansey down here. This looks like a cactus. I really don't know what's happening with this art. It's kind of all over the place. Oh no, it's an octopus. It's an octopus. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Also on the side here, it says AJazz cross Nacodex. Nacodex. I do not know what Nacodex is, but I guess this is some kind of collaboration product with Nacodex. I don't know if they make keyboards or if they're a design firm or what. I'm really not sure. Yeah, new keyboard, Cozy Times. And I know how much y'all enjoy those keyboard sounds. So let's check it out. So this board comes in, I think, only one colorway, which is like a light blue and oh yeah, I guess I should probably move the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Like a light blue and white, I'm pretty sure. And you have two different switch options. You've got a low profile brown and low profile red. I think this is the brown switches, but I'm not positive. We'll find out. Okay. This is going to be a little messy. I'm going to adjust this. Y'all are going to just have to put up with it as I do that. Like so. How's that? That's not too bad, but it needs to feel like we need to which way? Oh, no, too far. How about that? Is that gonna look okay? I feel like it's still not quite straight. This is the challenge. Just trying to get it to get my camera to That's not too bad. That's all right. I think that's okay. Let's go with that. Okay. Yep. You better believe it. G502 Proteus Spectrum. Absolutely. Absolutely. Solid mouse. Solid mouse. KB is a link thing, but it is linked right above. Serial Warrior called it, and I think there's a cooldown. Alright, and I'm going to adjust the microphones here just a bit so that you can still hear me, but hopefully you can also hear what's going on with the keyboard here a bit. It would also probably help if I turned it so that you can see it right side up. Professional streamer. Professional streamer. Okay. There we go. G502's RB is a fantastic mouse. I've used the G502 in one form or another for many years. Many years. Nicoma says Nakodex seems to be a gaming website for headsets and keybs and the like. Got it. Got it. So maybe they designed it and AJazz built it or something. Stoner Shade, you're also G502 gang. Nice. Nice. This looks good to you? Great. Thank you, Cozy Times. Thanks for the feedback. Alright. Let's open it up. Let's see what we've got here. Some nice sounds. Put that over there. Jose over on YouTube. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. I wish I could read it properly, but I think you're saying that my videos help you sleep well. And if that's the case, I'm glad. Thank you for watching, Jose. I'm glad they help. Okay, so the keyboard is nestled in this little bag here, and it lifts out just like so. Now, don't expect any fancy aluminum or anything like that in here. At this price point, especially considering it's got the screen, I'm not surprised. We've got, you know, a plastic build, but that's to be expected. In terms of other features, I'm honestly not sure if it does like the hot swap switches. We're gonna find out. I think it has some kind of sound dampening in there. It is also low profile, which means it's quite thin compared to a full height keyboard with full height switches. So, and I do believe it is wired only. So this PVC coated white cable will be our I was going to say our connection of choice, but really I'm just going to use the one that I have, that I plug my keyboards into. I just swap them out. But yeah, this one comes with it. It looks fine. We've got USB-C on one end. We've got USB-A on the other. It's not branded or anything. It's just a plain white cable, but at least it's color matched, and it looks to be of decent length, so that's nice. And it comes with a switch or a keycap puller, but not a switch puller, so that suggests to me it's not hot swappable, which is unfortunate. But when it comes to the low profile switches, there's not that many options on the market anyway, so the hot swappability is not as critical with a low profile keyboard as it is with a full height keyboard where you have like thousands of switch options. Nicoma helped translate Jose's message. She said, he said he loves your videos and they help him sleep really well. Thank you again, Jose. And Nicoma, thank you for helping to translate Hispanic Raccoon to the rescue. Yes, thank you. So the keycap puller is just a pretty generic, just black plastic here, and It's the wire style though, which is way better than the cheap kind of clip style. So this will keep your keycaps in better shape. It's less likely to damage them. That can go right there. We've also got a little user guide here. AJazz / or X Anacodex AKP815 wired mechanical keyboard. It looks like it starts off in Chinese, and then we have an English portion here. It looks pretty typical. It does look like we get some information about the backlights, key combinations, and then the touchscreen that it's got on it. I assume we're going to have to install some kind of app to be able to customize that touchscreen. Oh, and then we get another language. I'm not sure what language this is. Does anybody know? Can anyone read this? I'm actually not sure. Kind of curious. Anyway, but hopefully we can find what we need in there. And it's nicely padded in there. Make sure it's not gonna get damaged in shipping. So let's Cozy Times, you're not familiar. Yeah, not sure what that language is. Nor am I. I didn't recognize it right away. Alright, so let's take the keyboard out and see what we're dealing with. Alright, so there is our board, and yeah, so we've got a white and blue, kind of baby blue colorway with orange accents and orange legends. It's a look for sure. I don't dislike it. I think it's alright. I do wish that there were a few other options, maybe, because I'm pretty sure this is the only colorway that you can get it in. But anyway, it looks nice. Looks pretty sharp. You can see that the keycaps are quite flat because it is a low profile keyboard, so it looks more like a laptop keyboard or something like that. There's also some scuffs along the front edge here, I'm noticing. Looks like those might come off with like just a bit of water, but it's not a great look, I have to admit. Just a few little scuffs along there. But of course the thing you notice probably right away is we got a screen over here, touch screen, which it's a capacitive touch, I guess. Feels like it's probably just plastic. So it's probably prone to scratches, I would think. You wouldn't want to drop something on it. Yeah, the light blue is kind of a pleasant color, isn't it, Cozy Times? Jose, you are speaking in Mexican Spanish. Didn't think I'd actually read it. Hey, of course, I try and read everybody's messages. Thanks again, Jose. Nicoma says, I skimmed through that stuff like, yep, this is definitely a keyboard. I mean, fair enough. Usually I would too, but I feel like we're doing unboxing here. I have to at least make an effort to show you what's going on with the manual. Sometimes the manuals on more budget-oriented boards can be truly awful as well, so it's worth checking to see if it's like at least okay, at least usable. Tokyo says, I can't remember if I've asked you this, but just curious, both for Nick and anyone in the chat. What is your go-to D&D character? Mine is a gnome sorcerer, says Tokyo. My go-to character, you know, I usually try to come up with something different each time. I really like to try and play totally different characters every time I play. So I would say I don't really have a go-to character. I will say, kind of inevitably perhaps, a lot of the characters I end up playing do tend to be pretty like academic, I guess. Not always. Sometimes I play against type intentionally, but like kind of my default is often sort of like a scholar of some kind, or a face of the party type character. I find I end up playing face of the party characters pretty often. Yo, Christian, welcome. Good timing indeed. Good timing indeed. Nakoma says, I only play kobolds for comic relief. I've played a lot of classes, but wizard and fighter are my faves. Nice. Christian, you're doing a dex build right now in Elden Ring? Norgirl says this board's color actually looks sick. Yeah, it's a pleasing combo. So if we take a look at what we got here, as you can see, we've got a pretty standard layout over here. This is a typical 60% up until right here, where we have a shortened right shift and a shortened modifier keys on the bottom right here to allow for the exploded arrow keys, dedicated arrow keys, separated away from the main portion of the board. We have a few nav cluster keys over here, and we've got the F row keys over here. So basically what we've got is a 75% layout, and what they call an exploded 75% layout. And then they've just grafted a touchscreen over here onto the side. Again, what that's going to do exactly, I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to find out. But a 75% layout is nice. It means you get everything that you need and nothing you don't. And if we do, in fact, get to use this as a numpad, then, well, we've pretty much got a full-size layout. Or really, at that point, we've got a 96% layout, is what they would call that, with a digital touchscreen numpad. So that's kind of interesting. Again, those keycaps are kind of rounded, kind of smooth. It's an XDA-like format in that they're all flat, so there's no stepping. You know, they don't change heights as you get up the keyboard or anything. And it's got these sort of spherical keycaps in profile, so that's kind of like XDA profile, they call that, but it's a flatter version of that. It's actually very much like the keycap profile that I've seen on other low profile boards, like the low free flow, like the NuFi Air 75 as well. And if we look around the edges here, it's got these, you know, just kind of rounded corners, quite straightforward, really not a whole lot going on. You can see from the side that it does have a built-in kind of angle to it, which honestly sort of defeats the purpose of a low profile keyboard a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, having a built-in angle to the case seems like a weird choice when you're trying to make it thin, but it's what they opted for, so there it is. And then we can also flip out the feet on the back, like so. Got two-stage flip out feet if we wanted. We've also got a big AJazz logo here in metal. It's kind of a nice touch. It's in metal. And some certifications and whatnot. And the one piece of connectivity we have is right back here with this USB Type-C port. So this is not wireless. This is not wireless. It's wired only, which kind of makes sense with the touch screen. I feel like doing that wirelessly would probably be challenging. So, Tickspring says, although Android phone screens feel a bit like plastic and I've never had them scratch. I guess it depends on the phone, but my Samsung S21 definitely has a Gorilla Glass screen, so but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say how scratch resistant this may or may not be. It's a freaking phone on your keyboard, says Christian. Kind of looks a bit like that, doesn't it? Charles Darwin over on YouTube says, just got me a Fecker Galaxy 80. Fecker, for those wondering, is a keyboard brand. He's not just randomly calling it Fecker. Fecker is a keyboard brand. A Galaxy 80 swapped in Echo Penguins and a media knob. Makes me want to type. I love that feeling. You know you've got a good keyboard when it makes you want to type on it more, you know. Absolutely. Yeah, it is absolutely a touchscreen, Christian. Kuro says, I play Rogue, always Rogue, or Warlock, typically Tiefling or Drow. It's interesting, the concept of a go-to D&D character is not something I'd ever really thought of, personally, because I'm always trying to come up with something different, but fun. Kuro says, although I have also played a Shifter Barbarian and Human Fighter. Sounds fun. Christian says, surely this costs 500, no less. Not at all. This thing is about 85 bucks right now. 85 bucks on banggood.com. Again, !KB if you want to check it out. You can find it there. Yes, I'm going to be plugging it in tonight, Tick Spring, so we'll see what pops up on here. I probably won't install the software tonight, but I will plug it in so we can at least see what the default is. That's right, Bolos, touchscreen numpad. It looks like someone from the 90s tried to make a keyboard for the future. It does have a bit of that vibe, but I love that. I love that. Alright. Before I plug it in, though, let's see what this thing sounds like. So, we've got the standard alphas here. So it's got a bit of a rattly sound signature, I would say. The actual bottom out on each of these is quite quiet. Like, if you listen. It bottoms out pretty quiet, and there's clearly some kind of dampening going on in there. But it's actually the rebound that gets a bit of that clack going on. And I should say, I thought that this was going to have red switches on it, but these are actually browns. I don't know why I thought it was going to have reds. So these are tactile switches. They have a little bump in them. Which is also contributing to that sound signature a little bit. And because they're low profile, they don't have a whole lot of travel, right? So I'm not actually sure what the material of these keycaps is either. I'm guessing they look to me like dye-sub PBT. PBT is a type of plastic. It's commonly used on keyboards these days for keycaps. And dye-sub refers to the technology that's used to oh, I lied. They're not dye-sub. They're actually double shot, which is actually really good to see. So double shot means they're made of two separate pieces of plastic. We've got the outer piece, then this inner piece, which is like extruded through and out onto the outer piece here, and that's what makes the legends. And that means these things are made of two fused pieces of plastic. It's never going to rub off or wear off. It's not just printed on there. It's literally two pieces of plastic. So, and that's less common on these budget-oriented keyboards. So, if we look at the switch itself, you can see it is a low-profile brown variety. I'm trying to figure out what it says on it, and I cannot tell. Let me see if I can take a closer look here. It says Gosh, take my glasses off for this, you guys. This is how I know I'm getting old. It says, gosh, this is really tough to read. I'm trying to see if it's like a Huano. It says Huano. I've heard of Huano as a manufacturer of switches before. I don't think I've ever used a Huano switch. But I'm going to say they're pretty run-of-the-mill budget browns, except in low profile. They have, okay, let's see if I can describe this bump, this tactile bump. So the action, so, okay, first of all, for those who are not familiar with keyboard switches, you have a bunch of different types. They feel different, they sound different. The brown type typically is tactile. So what that means is as you push down on it, there's a point where there's a bit of resistance and then a little bump, and then you overcome that bump and then it's smooth the rest of the way down. So you get this little bump in the middle of your press. There's also linear switches, which are just smooth all the way top to bottom, and the bump that you get with those is when you just bottom out the switch when it reaches the bottom. But with these tactile ones, there's a little bump that occurs before you get to that point. So the tactile bump on this this switch is right near the top, which is nice. It's, I wouldn't say it's light, but it's not super heavy. It's kind of like a medium tactile, I would say. Medium tactile. The sound when it bottoms out, it's actually really deep. Listen to that. So there's a good depth to the sound of the board itself, but you do get quite a bit of clacky sound from the switch, and I think it's partly because of the stem wobble. If you look here, there's definitely some stem wobble going on. I'll try and show you, but it's hard to demonstrate this way. But if I kind of wiggle the switch, maybe you can sort of see that. I don't know. But the stem, which is this middle part, does have a fair bit of play to it. More than I would like, I would say. Not an egregious amount, but it's just nice when they're a bit tighter. And there's a wee bit of spring ping in there as well. If you listen, you can probably hear. Actually, I'm not hearing it there now, but I thought I heard some spring ping. Alright, maybe I judged it unfairly. I'm not hearing any spring ping in there. So, but yeah, I would say that the stem tightness leaves a bit to be desired. Otherwise, though, it sounds pretty good. The smoothness is not bad. It's probably not factory lubed, but it's not gritty either. It's not gritty. So not too shabby, honestly, for like a budget, low profile switch. I think it's totally serviceable. I'm just scrolling back up to see what I missed here. I missed Old Coffee Addict. What's up? Old Coffee Addict says, hey Nick, late to the stream. I'm happy to see I got the keyboard unboxing. Heck yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it for it. We're checking out an interesting one tonight for sure. So it's definitely got some clack to it. Tokyo says, so Nick, I cannot seem to find a job, but as soon as I do, I'm getting a Meta Quest or something. What do you think about those? I think VR is a lot of fun. I think some people feel that it's still pretty gimmicky, but in general, I think VR is a blast. You might know that Beat Saber is one of my favorite games ever, pretty much. Beat Saber is fantastic. I still have an old Oculus Rift CV1. I would love to check out the newer, like the Meta Quest 3, for example, but without having to worry about having a cable and tracking cameras and stuff. But I think VR is a blast. Norgirl says, I always try to play a dark rogue type character, but always end up criminal with a heart of gold type rogue. Oh, that's fun though. That's a fun archetype that you end up playing into. Yeah, you're right, Christian. It's definitely got that kind of sound signature. Serial Warrior says, look at the stock. Looks like the stock options are red and brown. So it makes sense that you would expect red. Yeah, I just couldn't remember what they said they were sending. All my homies love double shot. Absolutely. Christian says, I used the Wooting 60AG. I'll never go to an analog keyboard now. I will never go back. I do like the Hall effect keys. Those things are pretty freaking cool. I also have the Wooting 60AG, and it is a very solid little board. Yo, what's up, Alice in Borderland? Yeah, no, I don't think these things are factory looped, but they're not too bad considering. Like they're reasonably smooth. Alright. So we've got these honest kind of clacky alphas, but not unpleasant. Let's see what the stabilized keys are like. I honestly have no idea what these are going to sound like, but let's hear them. Let's start the backspace. Actually totally respectable. There's no ticking or rattling from the stabilizers there. Not bad at all. The clacking you hear, I think, is from that switch, but there's really, yeah, the stabilizers themselves sound absolutely fine. Let's try the enter. Again, not bad at all. Like the stabilizers are well tuned on there, if I'm being totally honest. Left shift. Fine by me. I think, again, any clackiness you're getting is the characteristics of the switches themselves. I'm not hearing anything from the stabilizers. Like if I come over here, maybe a little bit on the right of that shift there, but not bad. And the hardest one of all to get right, the space bar. How's this gonna sound? The space bar can make or break the sound signature of a keyboard. Let's hear. Oh yeah, she clack. Yeah, that slaps. Not necessarily in a good way. It kind of makes a slapping sound. I'm trying to figure out what's causing the clack. I'm trying to figure out if it's the stabilizer or if it's just the switch. Honestly, it's really hard to tell. I honestly don't think it's the stabilizers. I think it's the switches. I think these are just really loud switches on the rebound. I think they rebound with a lot of clack. Honestly, everything on here is pretty loud. It's all got quite a bit of clack to it. Which, again, maybe you like the clack. Some people like the clack. Some people like the thunk. Some people like the click. Some people like some nice marbly, creamy sound. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to mechanical keyboards, really. It's whatever you prefer. There's also no right or wrong answer when it comes to Henlo. What's up, Henlo? 41 months. Holy heck, Henlo. Holy heck. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're doing great. Thank you for coming back for another month. And I'm going to tap on this tater. Just for you. Just for you. How are you doing, Henlo? That rebound, you could hear it when you did it close together. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is more rebound than it is stabilizer clack. producer, and that's what's going on there. Girl Cheesy says, who actually likes clack these days? It depends. You know what I like? I like a clack thok. I like it when you get some of that clack, but I also like it when it's grounded with a nice thok. So I'm all about that clack thok, you know what I'm saying? Sounds like a Seinfeld episode. All said about the clack. Tokyo said, Nick, I was actually like you, where I would pick a new character for D&D every time. But I played a Minotaur named Halicarnassus with a gnome sorcerer best friend, and I fell in love with both. And after Halicarnassus died, I stuck with my Nomi. Okay, that's pretty good though. I love that. That's actually really nice. That's a cool story. Alice in Borderland, I love all your emotes. Those are really cute. Welcome. Afield, welcome back for another one. Thank you for 30 months, Afield. I'm gonna tap on this tater once again. How are you doing, Afield? How are you doing tonight? Thanks for coming back for another one. Thank you for your super kind support as always, Afield, and Henlo for that matter. Both y'all, really kind. Henlo says, I love the clacks. See, some people do. You want it clocky. That's right, Nakoma. You want it clocky. She's so loud. For a low profile keyboard, she's so loud. Sorry, what sounds like a drug nickname, Naga? Kamari is Cutie. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out what you're trying to parse your name there. Hello. Welcome. We are here checking out a keyboard tonight. And I think it's time we plug this thing in. What do y'all think? See what this screen does. I do not do mouth sounds triggers. No. I do not do mouth sounds triggers. Thank you for asking though, and not just demanding. We do some trigger-based stuff, but it's pretty mild. It's pretty mild. I do soft speaking and whispering, but I don't do specifically mouth sounds. Alright, let's plug this thing in and see what she do. Wow. Okay. You can probably tell, but we've got an RGB backlight. And no problem. I'm just gonna actually turn off my main video lights here just so you can get a better sense of the backlight. Anytime now. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it's just, Windows installing and setting up the keyboard going on in the background there. Holy cow, how many times do we have to say the device is ready? Okay, so there's the RGB situation. Now, I know you can probably see some flicker, but that flicker is not visible in person. That flicker is just the, it's the frequency of the LEDs interacting with the shutter speed of the camera. But, the RGB ain't too bad. We've got a nice smooth gradient. We've got some pleasing colors. That actually looks pretty good. This is just the default effect. You can see that the keycaps are not shine through. So the light doesn't shine through the legends. That's because, again, they're double shot. But the light does come from around the keys. So you do get some nice effect. Yo, my dolphin fin, welcome. You've come in at just the right time. We're doing a keyboard unboxing here. Oh, hey, that was Henlo. Henlo, thank you for gifting that sub to my dolphin fin. That's so kind. I appreciate it so much. Let me do it. Let's see if I can do a heart here. There we go. Thank you for that super kind gift sub, my dolphin fin. I hope you enjoy your subscription benefits so kindly gifted to you by Henlo. Killer. thank you for the keyboard sounds plug. Oh, Bowman Dean is fantastic. Bowman Dean is so great. Alright, I'm gonna turn these lights back on. So bright. Put that there. Let's do this. Bam, just like so. Wow, that is like shockingly bright. Okay, but one thing I'm noticing is that the screen is doing nothing. The screen's doing nothing. So I think I might actually have to install the software to get the screen to work. I'll see if I can download it. I'll check it out. What is this? Tigger the Spartan. Tigger the Spartan, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. Tigger the Spartan, thank you for joining us here. I appreciate you coming on in. Pardon my ignorance here, but are you an ASMR streamer or a variety streamer? What do you stream? I'm just checking it out right here. Either way, I appreciate you joining us here. How was your stream? What were you up to tonight? It looks like you do... Okay, it looks like variety gaming. I see Skull and Bones, Cyberpunk, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Fallout 76, Sea of Thighs. I can't even... Sea of Thighs. That's a very different game. Very different game. But Tigger the Spartan, thank you for joining us here. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Please make yourself at home. I hope you had a great stream. Variety streamer, stream is good, had a lot of fun. Excellent. I'm so glad. I'm glad you had a great time. I'm gonna give you a shout out here too. Give you a shout out. Ooh, nice. We get to type on the new keyboard here. There we go. Thank you again for that. Actually, I can do the proper style. There you go. Oh, wait. Wait. I got this. Professional streamer. I got it. Boom. There you go. Christian. Thank you for the resub, Christian. Freaking hype. Christian says LFG, no better place to be. So glad to be part of this amazing community and for you to get absolutely smacked in Elden Ring. That's definitely gonna happen. Guaranteed. Christian, thank you. This is my very awkward art. I have to like break my arms to do it at this angle. Thank you so much for being here for another month, for being so freaking enthusiastic and such an amazing representative and cheerleader for this community, Christian. It means a lot to me. It's great to have you back for another one. Also, Daily Andy, thank you for the follow. Tigger Spartan says, thank you, glad I could finally raid you. I've wanted to for a while. Well, I appreciate you coming on in. I really do, and I'm glad that the timing worked out here. Super rad to have you on in here. And welcome again. And y'all, you want to support Tigger the Spartan out there doing the variety stream and coming on, and you're very kindly raiding into us tonight. You know where to find that follow button in that shout out, or just click on Tigger's name there. You can do it right there. It's that easy. Thank you again. Artractive, welcome. Artractive, you've showed up just as we're checking out this keyboard here. So this thing's pretty cool, but I do really want to check out this screen. So let me see if I can figure out what we need to do to get this screen working. Also, Cozy Time says, gotta drive, Nick. Have a good stream, and thanks again for the relaxing whispers. It is my pleasure. It's my pleasure, Cozy Times. Speaking of awesome members of this community and supporting members of this community, y'all should definitely go subscribe to Cozy Times on YouTube. I know I've mentioned this before. Pardon me. But let me share Cozy Times YouTube channel. She has some really, really chill vibes, some really relaxing content for you, and has recently started doing the ASMR stuff. So, but she has some really lovely stuff. Please do go check it out. I just threw it into the YouTube or the Twitch chat, and there's a channel in the YouTube chat. Thanks again, Cozy Times. Have a great rest of your day. Sadie Manx, what's up? Sadie Manx says, I can't believe I've missed the start of the keyboard review. Well, you've caught the end of it. You got work, so just thought you'd pop in and say hi. Well, thanks for showing up, Sadie Manx. Sorry you can't stick around, but we'll catch you in the VOD. Take care. Take care. Alright. Yeah, I was just gonna check and see what I've got to download to make this thing work. Now, oftentimes, I will be honest, the software for these kinds of things can be pretty janky. Pretty janky. Download and install the Stream Dock app. Okay, Windows users. AJazz key 123.vip/win. That is a sketchy sounding URL. But it says it right there in the manual, so I guess we're gonna go check it out. AJazz, what was it? AJazz key 123.vip/win. Okay. Let's see what it gives me. It gives me a uBlock origin prevented this page from loading. That's a little sketchy. You know what, guys? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, what I like to do is when I'm testing out the software for these keyboards, I like to install it on my virtual machine. I have a virtual machine, so sandboxed off, so that if there's anything sketchy in any of this software, because realistically, I mean, you would hope that there wouldn't be, but you kind of never know, right? Especially when it's from, I mean, like AJazz, they've been around for long enough. They've got tons of products. They have like a fine reputation. I wouldn't expect there to be anything weird in their software. But at the same time, I also do reviews of a lot of other just random brands, especially ones that are just up and coming or putting out their first product. So usually what I'll do is I'll install it in my VM and I will test it out there and I will check its safety there. And so I think I might do that with this. I know it's disappointing to not see the keypad / touchscreen working here. I kind of hoped that it would just have a default configuration that would pop up when I plug this thing in, but it does look like I'm going to have to configure it in their software. So why don't we put this on hold, and what I can do is I can show it to you next stream once I've got that software installed and I have this touchpad configured, and presumably at that point then I'll be able to show you how this functions, and I can let you know if the software is sketchy or janky or whatever. Does that sound fair? Because I think that's what I'd be more comfortable doing. So if you're cool with that, that's what we'll do. But yeah, by default, when I fire it up, this screen does not show anything, disappointingly. But for now, I think we're gonna say that's our keyboard unboxing. I will continue to use this for the rest of the stream and over the next few days, and I'll give you some more informed / developed opinions the next time I stream. So allow me to just place that there. Oh, but you know what? Why not let you guys hear at least a little bit of typing with it first? Because I barely typed on it here. Let's go do a real quick little typing test so you can hear it in action. Professional Hikikomori, welcome. Let's do we'll do 60 seconds of typing here. Let's go. 78 words per minute. Not amazing, but could be worse. Could be worse. And you know what? I don't think that was as loud as I was expecting. I think I was expecting something very loud, and it's loud, but it's not crazy. It's got a bit of that clack, but what's nice is there's clearly some kind of dampening going on in there. It feels like silicone. I feel like there's a silicone pad in there, is what it feels like. And I think that is controlling a lot of that sound, so we don't have a lot of rattle or a lot of that hollow typing sound. So underneath that clack, there's actually a very satisfying and deep kind of feel and sound. It might not come through great on these microphones the way I have it set up, but it feels pretty decent to type on. Also, because these are low profile switches, you can really get going. The travel distance on them is just a couple millimeters, right? So it honestly, it feels better to type on than I thought it was going to. Like, it's pretty satisfying. You know, is it the nicest sounding keyboard I've ever typed on? No, I would say definitely not, but considering it's a budget offering, considering it's low profile, it's actually pretty satisfying. So alright, so I think we're going to call that done with the unboxing for today. I will follow up with you about that software, and I'll hopefully be able to show you that screen in action next time. Once again, if you want to check this out, please, !KB, check out the link there to our friends at banggood.com. They did send this over for us to check it out, so big shout out to Banggood. They got tons of keyboards there, as well as keyboard components, so if you want to build your own keyboard, fantastic place to start looking. They've got keyboard kits and switches, keycaps, all that good stuff, as well as pre-builds like this one. So go check it out. And again, big shout out to Banggood. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to use it for the rest of the stream. But what I am going to do is I'm going to readjust this camera so y'all can see my face again. Hello, it's me, your regularly scheduled ASMR artist. Let's see. How's that? About like so. About like so. I can't really tell. Yeah, it's not too bad. How's that look compared to normal? Maybe it needs to go a little bit further back that way. About like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's pretty good. Hello. Hello out there gifting a sub to Tigger the Spartan. Hello. That is super kind. You're out there gifting subs left and right. Hello, thank you so much for gifting a sub to not only my Dolphin Fin, but also to Tigger the Spartan. Tigger the Spartan, welcome on in. It is fantastic to have you with us here, and you're now a member of the sub club. You get access to all our fun emotes. You get to enjoy the stream ad-free and all that other good stuff. So do enjoy, courtesy of Henlo out there. And Henlo, thank you for your continued support. I'm tapping on this potato because it's tradition. I know it seems like kind of a weird thing to do, but it's just the tradition around these parts. You gotta trust me. You gotta trust me. Alright. Where are we? What were we doing here? I was gonna pop these back on here. Like so. And like so. And do that, and do that, and do this. Not sure what that was. And pop back up in the chat here and see what I have missed. Tigger the Spartan said you are actually the first person that introduced me into ASMR way back in high school. Hey, I'm glad I could be your your introduction to ASMR. That's always a cool privilege. Funnily enough, it was a keyboard video, and then you showed up on the right night as well. We're still rocking the Keybs videos around here. Keybs streams as well. Nyano98, yes, indeed, is a keyboard with a touchpad on it. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to try out the touchpad, but yes, it definitely has a touch screen on it, and I'm going to download the software and try that on my own time. That's my plan. Thoric says, alright, I gotta head to bed. Have a great rest of the stream all. Glad I got to see the Keeb unboxing. Thoric, I'm glad you did too. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the gameplay, but I'm glad you got to see the Keeb at least. Thanks for chilling with us, Thoric. Have a great start to your week, and we will see you next time. Tokyo said, okay, Nick, I'm probably going to go to bed soon, but decided to ask a random question. What is your opinion on the movie 300? I really like 300. I think it's, it's silly and over the top in terms of the way it's presented, but it's meant to be like that, right? It's an adaptation of a graphic novel, very highly stylized, and I think visually, is gorgeous. Like, I really think it's a very visually striking film. Yeah, I like 300 quite a bit. Thank you, Serial Warrior. Yeah, we will definitely check out. The functionality on this numpad in a future stream. All right, and I think I missed some stuff from Kuro. Yes, right. You mentioned Vale before. I remember you talking about Vale. Yes. It's always fantastic to have that character that you remember so fondly. This is like, man, what a badass. I feel like a lot of D&D players probably have that character they look back on that way. The Great Axe can help with negotiations, you know? Oops. A Selin. I feel like there might be some Elden Ring influence in that name choice. Sweetheart Rogue. That's fun. That's pretty cool. Those sound like some inspired characters. Very fun. Micah, welcome. Glad you could catch another stream. Alright, let's go back to Elden Ring here and see what we're up to. We're 2 hours, 12 minutes into the stream. Timestamp it. VOD viewers, timestamp it. Gameplay is starting. My excuse tonight is that we did have a whole keyboard unboxing and test in there too. So that's, it would also help if I had the game up, Bernard says, I have to get up early for surgery. Oh, well, I hope it's simple, easy surgery. So went to bed at a normal time for once, but I've awoken, so now I'm going to lurk for a bit until hopefully I can fall back to sleep. I do hope that you get some good rest so that you can be in tip-top shape for your surgery tomorrow. And whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to go real smooth, real just easy peasy. Paolo, it has been a little bit. How are you doing, Paolo? Hey, Paolo, happy 2-year subversary. Happy 2 years. Welcome on in for another month, crowning your 2nd year here. I appreciate it so much, Paolo. Thank you for your continued support. I hope you're doing great. Lurid, doing very well. Thank you. How about you? Steel Neko, also congratulations on your 3-stream streak. Fun fact, a 3-stream streak has enough potato content to meet your daily requirement of vegetables. I can neither confirm nor deny whether this is the case. I don't think a potato technically counts as a vegetable, if I'm being real. I don't think potatoes count. Just say it. Just say it. It's all good, Kuro. It's all good. Zillosaurus Rex says a cool way to perceive 300 is that the story is being told by a lone survivor who was sent back to Sparta, so he would exaggerate the details to make the battles more epic and the Spartans more heroic. That makes total sense, actually, through that lens. Absolutely. Paolo, thank you for this stretch request. Let's see if I have any other requests that I've been ignoring here. A blood sugar check from Tick Spring like an hour ago. Let's see how we're doing. Doing okay. 6.7 and stable. That's what I like to see. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Tick Spring. That's good. Thank you for this stretch, Paolo. Oh, always gotta stretch out those shoulders. Oh, so good. Thank you for that. Much better. Rizu wants the rain. Alright, Rizu, you're so sad in the lack of rain. Allow me to do this for you. With my 1,000 potato points. Which are clearly a limited commodity for me. Attractive, yeah. The DLC is looking pretty freaking epic. You are correct. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play it. Not right away. Gonna take a while. Rango says official Elden Ring Twitter put out a please no spoilers for people tweet. Yeah, that's very decent of them. I also request no spoilers for the base game or for the DLC when it drops. Henlo out there on a gifting tear tonight. Henlo gifting a sub to Steel Neko. Welcome back on into the sub club. Henlo, thank you for your kindness, your continued generosity. It means a lot to me. Thank you for helping to grow and strengthen this community. Welcoming people on in so kindly makes a big difference. And Steel Neko, I hope you enjoy your subscription benefits from Henlo. Paolo says, I'm doing just fine, thanks. Always following you guys in the VODs. Hey, well, Paolo, you are now going to be part of a VOD. You get to immortalize yourself once again. Okay, so I'm noticing here that there is totally one of those roly beetles up here that I must have missed. It must have got away from me. So I'm going to try and stab it. I'm going to totally miss it, but I'm going to try and stab. Oh my god. Oh my god. How embarrassing. Oh my god, how embarrassing. There. Holy cow. What did I get for my trouble? Nothing. That's a health beetle. Okay, I don't know why I cared then. I will remind you all that I do not play this game very often at all. I will die all the time. The last time I played it was when we played it together here on stream like 3 months ago. So, it's going to be painful. It's going to be painful to watch me. I promise. I promise. I guarantee it. By Hive, a late night? Yeah, a little bit late. We'll probably be going for another hour-ish or so, we'll say. So. Sub-sniper Handlow out there. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Oh wait, did we just have a double rain? Stoner shit? I thought it was kind of extra loud. That's so funny. Oh well, y'all got some extra loud rain tonight. Rango says there's an NPC in this area. He's hidden as a barrel or a bush, I think. Huh. Okay, well that's good to know. It's good to know. Sargon, welcome. Welcome. What the heck's going on down here? I don't like the look of this at all. What is that? What is that? I do not like this one bit. What I do like though is Sargon coming on in with the midnight resub. A 12-month resub. That is a full year. Happy 1 year, Sargon. Happy 1 year. Welcome back on in for another month. Another month. Sargon, thank you for your continued kindness and support. And it's great to have you out. Happy subiversary. No Uber spoilers, Navy. No. Okay, so I'm looking for an NPC somewhere. I'm also looking for getting wrecked down here by... What is that? That looks kind of like a small dragon. Oh no, it's a dude. Oh, it's a dude with a big weapon. I thought that was like a head. But no, it's a dude with a big weapon. Uh-oh, is this a boss battle? Is this gonna be one of those streams where I spend the entire time trying to beat a boss? Is that what this is? Rango says that gold on the ground was an NPC summon if you want some help. Wait, where? Up here? I could probably use some help. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's... Oh yeah, I remember this lady. She's helpful. Did she appear? There we go. Thank you, Nephili Lu. Oh boy, okay, well, welcome back to Elden Ring. This is gonna go great. This is gonna go great. Okay, buttons. What does anything do? I don't remember. Oh man, this is gonna be terrible. What's going on over here? Oh. Okay, that's fire. Alright. I don't know why she's just over here, just fighting the dogs. Oh boy. No, that wasn't good. Oh boy. Wow, she definitely makes this easier. Nice. Should probably heal up, huh? Wow. Okay, well, she definitely carried us there. But thanks for the help, Nephili. Crucible, not talisman. What does that do? What does that do? Did he have anything over here that was kind of neat? Oh, there's a dog over here. Bad dog. Alright. Nothing back here, though. Nothing back here. He's a friend that wants to sit with you by the fire. Yeah, Grilled Cheesy. I had a great time sitting with him by the fire. The fire of corpses. Nice. Nice. Nothing like the old corpse campfire to warm the bones. Kuro says he's not that difficult. The hardest part is his two dog friends that jump you. Oh, you mean the ones that Nephili just went and tanked? That was great. That was great. Hey, Buttspot. Welcome back, Buttspots. Also, he's not that difficult. The hardest part is his two butts that jump you. Thank you, Buttspot. So good. Welcome back. Indeed, chatting later. I am equally excited. Buttspot was not here last stream. Navy says don't ever feel bad about using summons. They're in the game to be used. Well, okay. In that case, I will take my victory. Despite the fact that she very clearly carried me, but it's okay. take the help I can get, you know. Oh, what's all this? Is there something down here? Maybe not. It looked like maybe there was like a little ledge and something, but I don't think there's anything there. You never know with this game, though. You never know. Rango says this area and the hidden NPC have something to do with her quest. I can give more hints for the hidden NPC if you would like them. Well, let me poke around for a second and then we'll see. But I probably will need your assistance, yes. Let's get a little bit of light on the situation here. Rizu, are you headed to bed? Thanks for being with us. Sleep well, Rizu. And we'll catch you next time. Take it easy. Have a great start to your week, Rizu. What's all this? What's all this? A rune arc. I forget what those do. Also, what was that item we got earlier? It's like some kind of knot. Where might I find it? No. The heck was it? I probably passed it. God, there's so many random items in this game. These are all spells. Was it a medallion, maybe? Oh yeah, there it is. Crucible Knot Talisman. Right. Reduces damage and impact of headshots. Interesting. Probably not super useful, but interesting. Thank you, Ilk. Thank you. What's down there? Death. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Rango says the Omen killers wear masks with twisted horns carved to resemble their evil spirits seen by Omen in their nightmares, and wield paired cleavers affixed with severed Omen horns. Brutal. Very brutal. Is there anything else to see around here? What the frick? Oh, this is plant. For some reason I thought it was like a weird glowing egg or something. Just a herb. What about over here? Is there something down there? There could be. There might be. You never know. What if there's something on the roof? Oh. I feel like there might be something up there, you know? I feel like I should probably check it out. This is dangerous. Oh man, there's nothing here. I'm probably stuck now, huh? Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, maybe not. No, I'm probably stuck now. Frick. Are you kidding me? That's extremely rude. Extremely rude. Isn't this exactly the kind of place they'd hide something, though? This is totally the kind of place they'd hide something. Oh my god, I can't see anything because my stupid big pumpkin head is in the way. Ugh. Oh, horse jump, yeah, good idea, good idea. There we go. Good thinking. Thanks for the save. Alright, well, yeah, I don't know about hidden NPC around here. For sure, it does not look like, oops. It does not look like there is one here. Not that I can see. Anything down the well? No. How do people even find, like, hidden NPCs that are, like, literally in a bush or a barrel? Like, you just have to hit the right thing just by luck or something? Because that just seems outrageous. Stonershan says gotta shower and hopefully make it back before the end of the stream. If I don't make it back, have a good night, Stonershan. Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your week and a great sleep if we don't see you before the end of the stream. Take care. Nevi, oh my god, more Elden Ring. Nevi has requested more Elden Ring for the next stream game. Alright, tell you what, we will do more Elden Ring, I promise. But I also have a request from Sargon to do Thief. So my plan was to do Thief this coming Thursday. A Thief fan mission. So we'll do it in order of request received. We'll do Thief first, and then we'll do Elden Ring maybe next Sunday, or maybe the following Thursday. Does that sound fair? We'll have to see. But that's the order of affairs. Natalie Isaacson asks, what is the story behind the pumpkin for a head? There is no story. I just killed a pumpkin head dude, and he dropped his pumpkin head, and it's a good helmet, so I wear it. It actually seems pretty decent, so I've been wearing it for quite a while. I assumed when I put it on that it would like impair my vision somehow, but it totally doesn't. So I guess I just go with it. All right, is there anything else I should be aware of around here, or should we carry on? Because I kind of thought maybe there would be more to this place, but I don't see. The frick is this? Like a random window? What's that about? I don't trust Elden Ring. I feel like that window, maybe there's something to do there. I don't know. You just never know with this game. You just never know. Yeah, that headshot one does not seem that useful, Kuro. Bolo says my roommate is trying to get me to play this. You know what? As someone who doesn't normally play these kinds of games, this game is extremely good. It is extremely good. I've never played anything else quite like it. And the sense of exploration is spectacular. Back across the bridge. Okay, Navy. Kuro says the NPC isn't in this section. He's in an earlier part of the village, back near a depraved perfumer. Are the depraved perfumers the ones with all the fire? Is Sargon here now? No, Elden Ring. Sargon was here. Sargon was here like not long ago. Sargon probably still is here. I'm guessing. Okay, so there's this whole part of the village. Here's a bunch of barrels. I don't know. No NPC to be found. Oh, hey. There's a big glowing pot, though. Is this an NPC? Or is it a bad guy? This has got to be the NPC. Do I break this? I probably break that pot, right? Let's talk.
Wait then, you're not one of them. Well, what a relief.
This man's got a bad cough.
Goodness me.
Also, his mouth is hanging open.
Albus
the Albinoric.
The whole village is finished.
Duly noted, sir.
Tigers have destroyed everything.
Stupid cursemongers.
Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemonger's hands.
Huh. The Haligtree secret medallion. Right. Wait. Someone earlier in the stream mentioned the Haligtree being a super hard optional area. Is that right?
And if you should meet the young Albinoric Latenna, then please give it to her.
Latenna. Okay. Well, I guess we'll hang on to this thing for this dude. Natalie says that's pretty metal. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. You just kill a guy and take his head. I guess that is pretty metal. The Butt's in this section. He's an earlier part of the Vil Butt. Thank you, Buttspot. This helmet reduces headshot damage too. That's pretty solid then. I don't know, I guess I just stumbled across a really good helmet. Speaking of the pumpkin heads, Kuro says the mad pumpkins are interesting. If I remember right, they're actually just insane. Like they just lash out at anything that moves. So they wear these large pumpkin helmets with no eye sockets that darkens their vision and keeps them calm. I do find it kind of weird that we can wear it without any sort of visual impairment though. No worries, Bolos. Really? Slappy Burrito? That's amazing. Slappy Burrito says, if you cast a swarm of flies at the mad pumpkin heads, they go nuts because the buzzing makes them panic. That's such a random little interaction. That's so good. Also, Nevi, I will allow your message. Rango says, be warned, you have a fight the next time you go to Round Table Hold. What? That's my safe space. I gotta fight someone in my safe space. Dang, that sounds scary, Kuro. Also, thank you for the rain, Henmo. The all-knowing butt bag. Thank you, Buttspot. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Text Helper? How you doing? Alright, let's, so is there anything else to do in this village, or are we pretty done here? I feel like we've kind of seen what there is to see for the most part. Been over there. Another corpse tree, you know, as you do, as you do. Yes, Bolus, we did crack the beer for tonight. Tonight's beer was, or is, the Brimstone Czech Dark Lager. The very Elden Ring appropriate looking piece of artwork on the can. It's quite yummy. I've been enjoying it. It's also quite light. I mean, it's dark in color, but it's light in body and also light on the alcohol, so. The Pumpkin Man goes well, Text Hopper. Thank you. Rango says, someone is mad at you that you have the medallion, if I remember right. The same someone who had that village slaughtered. Hold on a second. You telling me it's my friends at the Round Table Hold that had all these poor souls absolutely murked? That's sad. Wait, what is this? Did we interact with this guy before? Probably. Doesn't have much to say. This village is done for. Please, even if it's you, old Albus, hide well and still your breath. Well, we did find old Albus at least. And I guess we have this site of grace on our map, yes. But there's still area yet to explore underneath this giant plateau. There's more stuff down there, so I guess we can just head down and keep exploring around. If I can remember where down is exactly. Oh, it's across this bridge, isn't it? Okay, Dizzle, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, Bolos, it's a pretty neat piece of art, isn't it? Kuro says you'll get a good armor set that'll regen your health when it gets low, so it'll be worth it. That's doing this tree thing that I have half an amulet for now. It's the Swarm Pot. Slappy Burrito, not a spell. Still though, yeah, similar concept. Gosh, how the heck do I get out of here? I don't remember. No, maybe this isn't the way. Maybe it's back across that bridge and then down somewhere. I don't remember. This place is complicated. This is not the way. Do you know the way? Oh man, it's been a long time since I thought of frickin'. Yeah, it reminds me of my early days in VR chat. That was sort of heady times. Oh, the enemy at the round table hold. Gotcha, Kuro. Gotcha. Nimi, have a good sleep. Alright, hey, I hope you can join us next stream Thursday, as you know, so I hope we get to see you then. Sleep well, Navy. Have a good week. Void Kitty Cat, what's up? Void Kitty Cat says, God, I need some positive vibes right now. We're dealing with lots of dysphoria the past 2.5 days thanks to some asshole. I'm very sorry. That is not fair. That is not right. I'm sorry that's something that you're made to struggle with, but good vibes around here. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad you're chilling with us. Hopefully we can help you, feel like you're amongst friends. Hopefully wind down and get some good vibes. Lucas, thank you for the follow. Someone was asking, who was asking? Text Stomper, you're asking about the keyboard. It's pretty good. It's interesting. It is a little clacky, but it's got a screen. I haven't been able to try out the screen yet. Okay, please help me. Why am I so bad that I cannot find my way out of this place? Where is the exit? It's over this way. Oh, maybe it's this way under the bridge. Yeah, that's it. But here, if you want to hear it, let me just pull it up for you. Okay, Dizzle says, chilling before bed with shiny hunting Shroomish for a bit in Pokemon. Freaking love Shroomish. Well, I love Breloom. Breloom is one of my all-time faves. Shiny Breloom. Great. Cultured, even. Here, you want to check out this keyboard? Yo, Hayden Christensen on YouTube. Good to see you. Welcome. Glad you could join us for another stream. This thing's got some clack to it. Yes, it's got a screen on it. But I have to download some software to make it work, and it was a little sketchy, so I'm going to do that on my virtual machine. On my own time. I wasn't going to mess around with it on the stream. But I'll let you guys know next stream how it works. And I'll show it to you next stream. It's a loud one. Yeah, it's pretty clacky. It actually feels decent. It is a low profile keyboard. I'll let you know. And it feels decent to type on because it is dampened. There's a silicone dampening pad in there, I think. So it's got like a nice resonance to it. But the switches themselves are quite loud. The rebound on the switches is quite loud. Okay, so what else? What other horrors are there to find down here? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can ride Torrent through this poison and be okay, right? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm about to get wrecked by this. Oh boy, oh boy. Not good. Okay, you know what? Let's just just get off. Get off, horsey, and fight this thing. Mano a mano. Wow, okay, apparently I forget all about how to fight these guys. Holy cow. They're not even that tough. They look scary, but I don't remember them being. Too bad. No sleepies. There. Much better. It's just too bad I had to blow 2. Oh good, I got my pots back. Ashfeld Knight. Hello and welcome. How are you? Welcome on in. How have you been? It's good to see ya. Good night, Henlo. Thank you for being with us again. Thanks for chilling. Thank you for your very kind gift subs as well. Hope you have a great one, Henlo. Hope we see you again next time. Attractive says one of the most terrifying things about Elden Ring is the little message that pops up saying you're being invaded. Yes, that's immediately stressful. Immediately stressful. Correct you are. I know I have a shield, Kuro, but when I use my shield, people told me I should be dodge rolling. Now when I dodge roll, people tell me to use my shield. I don't know what to believe. I guess the idea is to use both whenever appropriate. But I'm still getting the hang of when one makes sense over the other. Nothing interesting around here, it would seem. Stomper says my keyboard is funny because it's got custom kale switches made from Royal Kludge put into my TechWare Phantom 87 body. Hey, you know what? That's fine. It's good to have a mishmash of things if they're all stuff you enjoy. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Also, I think I missed something else you said earlier. Tech Stomper. You said, oh, so Nick, by the way, so there's this wrestling channel called Soft Ground Wrestling. And it's an African community of people who WWE type wrestle on the bare ground. Just dirt. It's soft dirt, but dirt. Cody Rhodes just bought them a ring. Hey, that's very wholesome. That's very wholesome. That's really cool. That's awesome when people do that. It's that sort of thing. Like, you know, support these people who are clearly so passionate about a hobby like that. That's good stuff. Kuro says, I'm with Rango. Oh, Rango says, should head to round table before you forget that you're going to get jumped. I should go before I get loaded with runes. And then lose them all. Okay. Alright. Kuro says, plus, like I said, the armor will really help you survive exploration. You can always teleport back to this area to continue exploring. Okay. Alright. Toothsayer, you've been considering getting Elden Ring. As somebody who doesn't typically play this kind of game, I like it a lot. So, okay, round table. We go here, right? I forget how we actually go to the round table. It's down here. Yeah, there we go. I guess we'll go. Let's see what happens. Oh gosh, oh god, oh my god, he's attacking me right away. Oh boy, that looks painful. Yo, what if you weren't a little jerk? What if you weren't? What the frick? What the frick is this? What the frick is this? Ow. This is extremely rude. I'm just getting worked over here. I'm trying to figure out what this... Ah, frick. Come on. Is there a way to break out of that? Okay, now's not the time for a scab attack. Can't you see I'm busy? Okay, this person actually has very little health. Okay, I should have just gone berserker on them earlier. Great enemy felled. Alright. Yikes. Yikes. I got a clinging bone. The frick was that about? Y'all, the frick was that about? Talk to Gideon now, the guy at the desk. Isn't he in the other, he's in the other room, right? Can't remember exactly where. Over here. Wait, what the frick is this? Royal Remains Helm. Oh, is that the armor that you're talking about? Yo, this armor looks freaking sick. Whoa. Whoa. Where's dude? Where's Gideon? Oh, there he is. Whoops. Sorry, I broke your books, dude. Super rude, right, Naga? Spooky red man. He was very scary. 501 Legion Gaming says it's always both. Yes, block when you can. Or dodge when you can, block when you can't. Kuro said, yeah, shield if you don't have time or space to roll. Or just hold the shield and circle around the enemy until you're behind them, then poke them a bit. Ah, that's pretty cool, Text Stomper. That's really fun. It's all good, Rango. Thank you for the good advice, Rango and Kuro. Toothsayer says, good to know. I don't particularly play these types of games either, but it looks fun and I hear great stuff. I'll tell you, it's weird. There's just all kinds of weird stuff and like all these weird little bespoke things and interactions and stuff, and it's just, it constantly surprises you, often in scary bad ways, but it's always interesting, at least. But it also has moments of real beauty that can be quite breathtaking, and it is quite a feeling of triumph when you finally defeat a boss that you've been throwing yourself against. So it's got a really remarkable sense of exploration, up there with my favorite sort of exploration-based games of all time. Artractive says, loved your new video, by the way, Nick. Oh, thank you. I'm very glad. That game is so charming, isn't it? It's really pretty. Very relaxing. We're talking about Tiny Glade, not Elden Ring, by the way. And I'm glad it helped you get some work done, Artractive. Most excellent. Most excellent. Rando Lopez. That was quite the moment for a scamp army. Bruce, you've jumped back into Jedi Survivor and you really love it. I need to get back to Jedi Survivor. I really enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, the little bit that I played. Aside from the performance issues, the game seemed really good. Kuro says, also going back to shielding versus rolling, I'd suggest rolling against spells or elemental attacks, as typically shields won't block those. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, thank you, Text Topper. Glad you liked it. I felt the same way, Ashfeld Knight. I was concerned that I think my big thing holding me back from software games was that, yeah, they kind of have a reputation for being very punishing, and it felt like a lot of the community around it was like, yo, get good scrub, and just there's like a gatekeepiness to it. But my experience has been that's not actually true. Like playing the game on stream, everyone's been super helpful, even though I'm still a big noob. And you do learn, like as you play. You just have to expect there to be a lot of failure along the way. But that's okay. The game is set up for that, right? Rango said, for anyone who's never played a From Software game, Elden Ring is the best and easiest to get into and learn. As someone who's played them all, I highly recommend it as a starting point. Yeah, it's good for a starter like me because if you find something that's too tough, you can just go somewhere else and do something else and literally get good and level up and then come back and face the challenging thing. Okay.
Well, I see you found another great room.
I guess I did.
You are a worthy fellow tarnished indeed.
That was from Renala, right?
To the capital, Lendel, that lies to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The two things will deny your passage no longer. You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring.
Probably said the thing.
Tarnished. And we must answer the call of grace.
This guy sounds so much like Sean Bean. Yeah, I guess that's as close to being given a main quest as you get. He's like, yo, go get that Elden Ring. We can talk to this guy about a lot of characters, it would seem. And Chill was the guy who attacked me? Oh, okay, I'll have to ask about that because I am curious. Kuro says, I've always held the opinion that these games are not hard, just incredibly different, and it won't hold your hand. I think it's a bit of both. Yeah. But these games also have all the tools you will ever require to trivialize them if you put some thought into it. I think there's more than just thought, though. Like, there's definitely trial and error required, because there's a lot of things you just can't really know until you've run afoul of them or experienced, you know. I don't know, unless you're like getting help from somebody or reading a wiki, I guess, as you go. But if you're just trying to figure it out on your own, there's a lot of stuff that's pretty obtuse. Like eventually you'll probably figure it out, but I think it does require repeated failures for most people. Like I don't think you can just sit there and think about Elden Ring long enough and suddenly like know everything, right? You're gonna die along the way. And I think that's what people mean when they say it's hard, is that there's a certain expectation of failure. It's, again, as you say, the tools are there to trivialize a lot of the content as I gather it. But, or if you're just really good at execution, you can probably get around that stuff. But then that's where it's hard, right? So, yeah, you can mitigate the challenge, but I think you're still going to die a lot on the way to doing so. That's my experience anyway. Rango says the get good scrub type of people are really the bad ones. They just demean others to feel better, and they're the minority. Yeah, that's definitely been my experience so far. Okay, well, I've never played Tarkov Ashfeld, but yeah, I've heard that it's brutal. Yeah, that's fair, Kuro. I think they're just often the loudest. Grilled cheese, you want some like scritches? Sure thing, sure thing. 90% of the player base is more than willing to help out a new player, even just offering a nugget of advice. Yeah, that's definitely been my experience with you guys. Tooth Seer says, cool. Very good to know. It's a good starting point. I just finished Diablo 4 and finishing up Ghost of Tsushima DLC, so maybe this will be a perfect next game. Yeah, honestly, coming from Tsushima, this will be kind of familiar ground, in a sense, I think. Rango says, the other figures are demigods, children of God, and Queen America, acclaim piece is the Elden Ring. Alright, well I might ask about these people, because it's probably some good lore. I don't know how much it'll make sense to me, but yes, definitely the overcoming the challenge finally is a pretty great feeling. Like, you know, whenever that was, some months back, where I finally finished off Renala. That was good. That felt pretty great. Attractive says, I would never play Elden Ring without a guide. I tried it with Dark Souls and I wasted so much time. And I got so annoyed when I'd look it up and it was something super hidden. Aside from the help that you all have been providing me, I've been playing Elden Ring pretty much guideless. The only thing I looked up was like a little bit of build advice at one point, because I just wanted to know what I should be investing points into, and I didn't want to like completely brick my character. But otherwise I've just been finding what I find, dying as I die, learning as I go. Rango says, fun fact, Miyazaki, the game director, said that playing their games with a guide is super valid and recommended if you need the help. I mean, fair enough. I think that's the right philosophy, is that ultimately, however people enjoy their game the most is the way they should probably play it. Me, I really like the sense of discovery and finding things for myself. So I find that really rewarding. But I totally admit that there have been a couple of other situations where I did have to look things up, because I was like, I don't know what this is or what's going on. Kuro says, Miyazaki is honestly amazing. He's such a humble and kind dude. Yeah, I get the sense he's pretty cool. So he's a butt and kind dude. Thank you, Butt. Also, thank you for the rain, Attractive. Yes, I've heard that. I remember reading that somewhere, Kuro. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. Whoops. Get wrecked. I like how he doesn't explain it at all. He's just like, oh, that was a bit of a whoopsie. But anyway, moving on. Let's ask about Godric. Yeah, we wrecked him. Radahn. Have not fought Radahn. Rykard. Oh yeah, I've been to there. I teleported into the basement there.
Reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Germir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy.
Whoa.
Marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven.
Let's ask about Morgoth.
Morgoth the Grace-given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there.
Two Fingers say no.
Required enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring.
Ah, how convenient. Guess we gotta work on that. And Renala. We know all about Renala.
The Academy of Rhea Vicaria lies to Lingrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals.
Oh no, I guess she's technically still alive.
Her great rune dwells within the egg she so dearly clutches.
for the lore, Sir Gideon off near the all-knowing. He does seem to know an awful lot. Alright, well. Bunger indeed. Bunger indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Kuro says Rango said if anyone desires a guide, Fightin' Cowboy has guides licensed by From Software for their games that are exceptionally good. Cool. Kuro said the only quest line I had to look up for Elden Ring was the last few parts of Alexander's quest and Nephiles. This is back when Nephiles was bugged as all hell. I had to look up the freaking demi-human guy, the tailor dude. I had to look up what that was about. Because that was not clear to me what needed to happen there. I can't remember his name. The chatting leader says, yeah, Fighting Cowboys guides were absolutely life-saving in some areas. A lot of running around collecting things before really diving in. Okay. Bolo says one of the hardest things in life is not eating the whole bag of beef jerky. Yes. Also, this beef jerky is delicious, but you don't want to eat the whole bag in one sitting. You just don't. Bruce says voice actor knows how to get work. Sounds just like Sean Bean. He really does. Really does. Yeah, one day when I'm finally finished this game, I'm gonna just have to binge the lore to understand what the heck I even experienced. That was Sargon's Bunger, actually. Yeah, I'm sure it is attractive. Sometimes you just need more Bunger, ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Bolos, thank you for the blood sugar check. Still doing okay. Up a little higher than it was, but 8.2 and relatively stable. So thank you for that. Yeah, he says cave on the beach, and then he goes to the cave on the beach, but then there was something else after that. I feel like, wasn't there? I don't know, there's some other weird step in there. Maybe not. Yeah, Bach, though. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, well, if they're tiny bags of beef jerky, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. There's at some point I got tripped up with Bach and I had to look it up, but I don't remember at what point. I don't remember the specifics of his quest. But you know what, gang? I think I'm gonna call it here for now because it's getting pretty late and I do have work in the morning. Sadly. So we're gonna wrap it up here, but we will return to Elden Ring at some point. This was specifically insured. Let me check off these. This was insured by Nevi, who requested Elden Ring with 25,000 channel points in an upcoming stream. So we will make sure that happens. But next stream is probably going to be Thief, some classic Thief. I'm going to download a fan mission. You can check out some of the, one of the more famous fan missions. I'll have to find one I like the sound of, and we'll check it out. And yeah, so that'll be this Thursday. I'll be streaming again. And next time I play Elden Ring, the DLC, obviously Shadow of the Erdtree will be out, but we're not going to be playing it because clearly I'm not there yet. I'm nowhere close. So it'll be some time before we get to that. But you know what? I have fun just poking around in the world like this with you guys, exploring around, getting some tips. It's a good time. It feels kind of like we're playing together a little bit, so I enjoy that very much. In the meantime, friends, let's find someone to rate. Always nice to take these good vibes we have here and share them with someone else, somewhere else. And you know who is streaming right now? That would be awesome to go visit. our dear friend Falcor the book dragon. Let's see if she's taking raids right now. Let's see. Always nice to go raid her when she's on and we're wrapping up. Looks like she is. Join us, friends. Falcor's great, super chill, awesome community, very cozy vibes over there. Lots of soft-spoken reading, chatting. If you like the vibes here, you will love the vibes there. She's fantastic. Obviously, from the YouTube chats, you're gonna have to come over to the Twitch chat to join us for the raid. Twitch.tv/theasmrnerd. Once again, a big thank you to banggood.com for sending over our AJazz AKP815 that we checked out tonight. I will follow up on this screen and I'll let you guys know in the next stream or two how it is. Hopefully I can show you that functionality. But in the meantime, if you want to check it out, it's on sale right now over on Banggood, !KB will get you there. It's like about 85, maybe 87 bucks I think right now. So seems pretty neat for that price, especially if you like the idea of that screen. Big shout out to our awesome moderators. Cannot thank them enough for what they do. Thanks for being here, as always, so generously giving of their time to make this place better for all of you. Thank you all for choosing to spend your valuable time here and making this place better just by you being here. YouTube channel, of course, has a new video up tonight. Tiny Glade, very cozy, if you want to go check that out. Otherwise, I will see you next stream. Good night, friends. Good night, Sargon, Attractive, Ilk, Tech Stomper. Bye. See you next time.